If you're anything like me, your Canva dashboard can sometimes get a little out of hand. Believe me, I totally get it. When you're busy and you're working on loads of designs, it's very easy to let things get a little cluttered. The real problem with that is that it makes designing or creating anything in Canva more difficult and more frustrating. When you can't remember what search terms you used to find that image you liked, or you don't know where a template is that you created, it just adds a lot of stress that, quite frankly, you don't need. So today I am sharing 5 simple ways to organize your Canva dashboard and files so that you can work smarter, faster, and with way less stress. Now, if you're wondering, is it really worth spending the time organizing Canva files? I can tell you with certainty it really is. When your Canva space is structured and organized, it will not only save you a lot of time and reduce the overwhelm of Canva, but it will also free you up to put your focus where it really matters, on creating engaging content that grows your business and really connects with your audience, rather than searching for files. So let's hop in and do a little bit of a Canva Kondo. First up, folders. Now in Canva, folders are essentially the foundation of the whole system, and they're your best mate for keeping things organized and easy to find. Just like you would on your computer, you can make it easy to file and find things by creating a hierarchy of folders for your content or designs. There are multiple ways to create folders in Canva. First of all, on the Projects tab, you can always just use the Add New button at the top right. Or you can right-click on that page for a quick menu that allows you to do the same thing. And there are similarly quick ways to create a folder when you're working in designs or you're browsing assets. So if you are previewing any of your designs, you can always click on the 3 dots at the top right and choose Move to Folder. And then from within that, you can actually create a folder. From within the design, you can also use the Share menu and choose Move to Folder. And when you're viewing multiple designs or assets, you can just click the Select box at the top left corner, and then a little menu pops up at the bottom that allows you to delete the design or move it to a folder. And the great thing about that is that way you can select and move multiple designs or assets at once. And remember, within each main folder, you can use as many subfolders as you need to drill down as much as makes sense for you. So for instance, inside marketing materials, you could have subfolders for each platform like LinkedIn, Instagram, and then break that down within those to content types like Reels, posts, and carousels. So it does mean a little bit of admin and planning, but it's so worth taking the time to create and maintain this kind of structure, because in the long run, it makes everything else so much easier. Tip number 2 is all about naming your files like a pro. Now, don't leave your designs named Untitled Design 13. We all do it, but we really shouldn't. You can keep it as simple as you like, but sometimes it helps to create a naming convention that works for you and helps you to find things later on. So, for example, if you are creating social content for your business, you could have a naming convention that has the platform, and then the content type, and then the date. So for example, Instagram, a Reel, 2025-01-04. Similarly, if you were creating a naming convention for clients that you work with, you could have the client name, and then the project type, and then the version of that project, so that you can keep track of that. The key thing is that you use file names that will make it easier for you to search for them. Canva's search function is actually pretty brilliant. So knowing how you name things will make it really quick for you to find them using that search bar at the top of the page with just a couple of clicks. And if you're feeling fancy, you can always add emojis to file names to make them stand out when you're previewing. For example, a star could mean a completed project, or a pencil could mean it's a draft. Just don't put the emoji at the start of the file name, because that will mess with the alphabetical sorting if you ever use that function. Now let's talk about tags. Now, this is one that often gets overlooked, and it can actually work incredibly well, especially alongside a proper naming and folder system. Canva allows you to add tags to your designs, which makes searching and filtering for them really simple. Tags work like keywords, so you can add them to your files to categorize by project, client, or content type, any category that works for you. In fact, Canva has recently started adding smart tags to files, which is already a great help. Now, this feature is perfect for when you want to add a keyword to files that could be found in multiple folders, because then you can still find all of those files at once by searching for the tag instead of having to look through multiple folders. So for example, if you have folders that are organized by client, you might want to add tags to things like assessments. So they stay in the client folder, but you can find all the assessments by searching for that tag. Before we get to our final 2 tips, if this has been helpful and you really want to up-level your Canva skills in 2025, I am super excited to announce that my Canva course called CanVA.OS is opening for enrollment on the 20th of January. So the whole course was updated about 6 months ago to reflect the Canva glow up. And for this enrollment, I am also adding a brand new bonus that I really think you're going to like, and I think it'll make your life a lot easier. CanVA.OS is all about helping you create a design workflow and a process that can help you work like a professional designer, so that you can design anything in Canva with calm and confidence. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, and you want to be the first to know about the new bonus and the early bird discount, you can head to the link that's on the screen right now, or of course in the description below this video, and you can join the waiting list so that you can be the first to know. I'm super excited about this launch, and I'm really looking forward to welcoming you into CanVA.OS. Tip number 4, don't underestimate the starred feature. Now, this little tool can really streamline your work and help you keep organized. You can star folders and designs, and you can also star assets. Firstly, in your home dashboard or projects page, you can just hover over any design or folder and click the little star to add that to the top of the panel on the left of your home page, making it a perfect way to get easy access to things that you use every day, like a folder with content for your current project, or designs that you're going to keep reusing. Another way you can use this function is when you are browsing or searching the Canva templates library, you can star any template that you see that you think you may want to use later. Then when you are working in any other design, you can open that starred panel from the left tab icons, and that template will be accessible from there, so you don't have to try and search for it again and remember what you searched for. The same goes for images and elements. You can star those and they will also appear in that starred panel. So you could star a series of images that you come across as you're searching or browsing the asset library, and then you know that they are quickly accessible from within any design you're working in, and you don't have to worry about searching for them again. It's a bit like pinning your favorite takeaway menu to the fridge, but much healthier. It's really just a simple way to keep your focus where it matters, without endlessly having to go back into projects and folders and the assets library. It keeps you in the flow, and it provides a really great shortcut function that you can turn on and off just by clicking a little star icon. Finally, of course, we need to talk about the Canva brand kit. I know I go on about it a lot in my videos, but it's so important. If you're using Canva Pro, this is just a game changer. You can upload your logos, you can set your brand fonts and colors, and everything is accessible from one central place within any design. It saves so much time, especially when you're churning out a lot of content. And most importantly, it ensures that you create and present a consistent brand image, which is so essential to building brand recognition and loyalty. And of course, if you don't have a Canva Pro account, you can still essentially DIY it by creating a folder with your brand assets in subfolders and keeping that starred or handy. That way you can focus on designing with all the important assets just a click or two away, rather than having to look for your logos or images or photos, etc. in a sea of uploads every time that you need them. Staying organized in Canva isn't just about saving time. It's about creating mental space so that you can focus on what you do best, creating content that connects and grows your audience. So I hope this video has sparked joy for you, and it will help you to keep your Canva dashboard from turning into a hot mess in 2025. If you have found these tips helpful, and if you've got any dashboard hacks or organizational hacks, I would love to hear them in the comments. And remember, if you want to learn to use Canva like a pro, enrollment for my course opens in just a few days. So please join the waiting list if you want to know about that early bird discount and the new bonus. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for being here, and keep creating. Please be kind to yourself, and as always, keep it stylish.